Hello and welcome back to Cattenvîr. It's been a few days since our last visit to the fort. Unfortunately, I've been having some work done on my driveway and as a result it's been a little bit too noisy for me to be able to record reliably. In fact, you may be able to hear someone out there hammering away at the slabs even as I speak. But not one to let something like that hold me back, though I'm sure this is going to mean I'm going to have to do a lot more sound editing than I usually do to try and remove the random bangs or saw noises. Let's get back to Cattenvîr. In the last episode, we were implementing some of the suggestions that you guys have been leaving in the comments. In this one, I'm going to be finishing off some of those amendments and otherwise focusing on getting the fort back up and running as it was before the flurry of ambushes, which kind of knocked everything off kilter.
Well, with the breach finished, I've gone ahead and I've made a couple of adjustments around the fort off screen. First and foremost, I've made an animal stockpile. Now, what this means is they're going to store animals in crates and also, animals in cages and also empty cages as it happens. I've also removed animals from all of the other stockpiles. So hopefully people are going to go and collect the animals now and move them to the correct stockpile. I want to try and start training them or releasing the ones that I've got as soon as possible to try and get the other cage traps loaded. Because currently we've got 2 cage traps, maybe 3 now, that don't have anything in them. Now, we have actually got an interesting selection of creatures. If we have a quick look at this, we've got a hamster. I'm not going to make a war hamster. That'll be someone's pet. A raven. Just a cage, really? A stray... Oh. Ah. Well. There is a yak cow inside. But, I guess they're dying off. Kia cage, an eagle cage. Well, that's a bit annoying. I'm not really sure how I'm meant to get rid of that. Can I dump it? Well, I don't want to dump the whole thing. I want to view selected. Yeah, yak corpse. Dump. We're going to make a little dump, and hopefully they're going to go and collect that yak corpse out of the cage and get rid of it. We'll make an actual dump on the floor. You can do things like dump things off the edge of cliffs or into single like little pits, and that can be quite useful. But we're going to make this a little dump, a garbage dump here. 9 tiles, more than we need. I believe in this version they can still dump everything into 1 tile, and irregardless of the size of that thing. Oh wait, what's happened? We've crafted a flute, a magnetite flute. Riffot Komut. Wow. Egdoth Atom. Okay, let's have a quick look at this. Now, this is block poem, The Bows of Sacrificing. That's actually a fantastic name, and it's worth 31,000 dwarf bucks. My lord. This is a magnetite flute. All crafts dwarfship is of the highest quality, obviously. It is encrusted with rectangular magnetite cabochons and oval dolomite cabochons. I'm almost certainly pronouncing that wrong. This object menaces with spikes of magnetite. Well done. It's a shame you didn't get any extra skill for that, but nevertheless, I'm quite impressed. Right, that cage should hopefully now be available for someone to go and grab and load into one of these traps. People are still hauling stuff from down below, it seems. Now, I noticed there were 2 goblin corpses in there, and they had a couple of... they had a few silver arrows on them, that sort of thing. I've had those brought up. I've also built or rather at the time I just set it up to be built, and this is now built, the armor stand. So we're going to go ahead and make a barracks. I'm going to make a fairly large one. Yeah, that'll do. There we go. We want the actually, the silvery roughnesses might be useful to have this, but no. We're going to have the everlasting stockade train here. Can I also have... I can have them both train there. That's fantastic. Now, there's not going to be any squad equipment, which is a shame. Now, we're going to get rid of this barracks by taking everything down. I'm going to leave the Brilliance of Glaze working in the training in this particular room, I think that'll be fine for them. But as someone pointed out, it would make more sense for us to have our military training close to where they might be fighting. Now, the second thing I would like to do is, now that we've actually got the bridge built, let's go ahead and hook it up to this lever. So add new task, link to a bridge. This is the only bridge, so it's going to zoom straight to it. And we're going to need one mechanism at each end of the link. So there we go. That should allow them to hook all of that up. Now, oh, there's our goblin. Can I tame a... I would love that. Have a couple of tame goblins that I could unleash. Let's see if they show up in animals. I very much doubt they're going to. No, these are war dogs. Okay, we've got a stray war dog that we can do something with. We've got a tame hamster. I'm going to toggle its availability. It can be adopted by someone. We've got a raven that I would very much like to be trained. Can I actually train him? No, we can't. Alas, we cannot train him. We will have any unassigned trainer is fine there. Now, what else we got? We've got a couple of stray puppies. Rabbit, which is already someone's pet. Eagle, which is being trained by Dapper Jester at the moment. Okay, well that's good. What I'm going to do is I'm going to move a couple of the animals to this large pasture here, just to avoid them starving in their cages. I didn't realize that would happen. Right, the Kia is semi-wild. The Raven is probably completely wild. We'll move the stray horse out here. We're not going to pasture the goblins. Lamb, that's... anything with a name is someone's pet. Stray eagle, semi-wild. Stray cat is tame. Yeah, we'll take that. That can be adopted by someone eventually. Anything else? The dogs are currently tied up, and I'm happy for them to remain that way. That should be okay. Now, Jeff has made another masterpiece, as Jeff is wont to do. And the mechanism constructions are complete. So, overall, things are going quite well, I feel. Our fisher dwarves are out there fishing. Looking... you may notice it might be a little bit harder on YouTube to see this, but this darker green means it's unloaded. There's no cage in the trap. This bright green means that the trap has been loaded. One trap hasn't been loaded outside of the fort there, but otherwise most have. Now, we are getting a lot of job cancellations due to a lack of wood, and that is very unfortunate. We need to try and correct this. Let's see, are there any trees out here that I can chop down? There should be a couple, so we'll let them go grab that. They're set currently to gather 30 pieces. That's probably not going to be enough for what we really want, but there's not much we can do at the moment. We're just going to have to wait on the trees to grow back. Now, one thing I do want to check is to make sure that we're cooking and brewing the right things, because it's been a little while since I've looked in here. All of the fish, that's fine. The spawn, no. We might start selling the seeds. Though, with a large amount of them, I guess we could start cooking them. What I might try to do is make a little seed stockpile, have at least one barrel of seeds or bag of seeds or something like that, and forbid it, and forbid all the seeds inside, and then say that they can cook the seeds. So I know that if worse comes to worse and they cook all of the seeds faster than we're planting them, there's that little stockpile I can go back to. I'm not sure if that would work or not, but we can certainly try. Plum helmets can be brewed, and I'm actually going to say they can be cooked now as well. Though, actually, we don't have that many things that can be cooked. So perhaps we'll just keep those going as they are. Turkey tallow, that can definitely be cooked. Yak tallow, same. Goose eggs, guinea hen eggs, and turkey hen eggs, they can all be... oh wow, we've got an awful lot of turkey hen eggs, that's crazy. But what we should do is make sure that all of the birds are in this little pasture in here. So once again, let's have a quick look through all of the hens and various other poultry. Yeah, we'll have that goose in here. That's someone's pet goose. And the guinea hen. Eventually, we might be able to even have the eagles in there producing eggs. That would be kind of interesting. Anything else? That hen is in there already. And I think that's pretty much it. So that should be fine. Oh, something just paused. Why? Ah, damn it. That eagle keeps reverting to a wild state. But we are slowly getting better at dealing with them, I fancy. Unfortunately, it looks like we've got another dead animal. A stray yak bull died in here. That is quite the shame, honestly, since I'm fairly sure we traded for those. Oh well. There's not much we can do, and we are trying to train them as fast as we can. It's going to take a lot of time, though, I fancy. Now, our military are out training, which is fantastic to see. But there are still people wandering outside who've got children on their backs, and that is not fantastic to see. Now, let's get a couple more trees cut down. Now, what's the date? It's the 4th of Galena, late summer. I'm going to try and keep an eye on the date, see if we get goblin attacks late in the... Ooh. Dwarves of the Pleated Craft now know a few facts about eagle training. Fantastic. We're learning the secrets of eagle training. Oh, no. Stray yak cow tame has been found, starved to death. What? No. We put that yak cow... What on earth? Clearly, some of the dwarves didn't tell the other dwarves what they were doing. And suddenly it was like this big surprise. Right, we want to build some walls because there are some dwarves that have not, unfortunately, been buried. And that is a very bad thing, because that can lead to ghosts. I'm not sure if burying them after the fact will sort things out or not. I certainly would hope it would. But we may need to make a specific slab. The other thing is I want to make sure that I do have dolomite available to make blocks out of, because I want to finish that off in dolomite. On that note, we should probably... Well, no, we won't dig that out. Since we'd only be replacing it, it would be a bit silly. But I think we might actually need to start mining soon, purely for mining's sake. We also definitely need to finish up our bedrooms. I think all of these have been assigned. In fact, I will probably do a bit of that in this episode. We might not be able to replace all of the walls with dolomite the way I'd wanted, but we should at least be able to put granite there or something similar. I'll just carve this out in this shape for now, just in case I would forget that I left those bits on there intentionally. So I'll just set this to be carved, or rather mined, and avoid mining out the actual dolomite, because that would just increase the amount of work that people had. But by doing this, hopefully that huge amount of idlers we've got up there, 26, which is entirely unacceptable, will actually suddenly have jobs to do. We'll see about that, though. It's going down sharply. No, it's still at 20. I'm going to need to find something for them to do, I think. Now, this well is just about ready to be dug, so we could go ahead and do that. We'll set someone to channel this for us. So all we need to do... Actually, if we channel that, it may actually lead to some difficulties. Perhaps instead I should... Yeah, what we'll do is we'll have one more tile dug here, like so, and then we'll channel the far bit. The main thing I want to ensure that there's a 3x3 path. In fact, I might actually put a floor over that. So if I go to build, construction, floor, I should be able to place a floor over this, and thus it'll become terrain that they can walk over again. So let's just find some sort of block. No, we don't want dolomite for this. We'll have... There was granite blocks somewhere, I'm sure of it. Granite blocks, there we go. So we go ahead and cover that up. And as soon as we can, we'll channel that bit out so we've got a secondary well. For that, though, we are going to need to channel in here as well. Now, we will need a rope to be able to do this. So, hopefully we still have one of those around. One F Jeff has made another masterpiece. Jeff, you are increasing the value of this fort a little bit faster than I'm probably able to deal with it, honestly. Let's see. Have we collected all the corpses from out here? I don't know if we have. See if we've collected everything off the corpse. Yes, we have. In that case, we're probably clear to claim everything that's down here. There's quite a lot of leather armor down here that I would like to take. So we'll go to reclaim items and reclaim everything. There we are. Now then, have we got 2 keys? That would be quite interesting. No, a raven and another raven, fair enough. So we're slowly getting a bit better at dealing with ravens, it would seem. Okay, a couple of people going out with boxes now to gather all that leather armor up from down below. And someone's just gone back to being a ranger. We've got a lot of fish being stockpiled out there. I'm not really sure why. But once again, we have run out of logs. So, time to chop down what's out there. And it's very little indeed. This is not going so well. But it looks like a couple may have grown inside the fort. So that would actually be quite useful. Not sure how many we'll get. Only 1. But no, it looks like 2. But every little one helps. Let's quickly check. Oh, something's paused us. Akia has reverted to a wild state. Alas. Let's check. How much more charcoal did we want to make? Ooh, we've not even done half of the charcoal that we were trying to do. That is not so useful. But thankfully, the amount of bins that we've got has enabled us to tidy up our stockpile area. And if we check on the Craftsdwarf workshop, what we would really like to do at this point is start making many more rock crafts. So just go ahead and use... Actually, can I make dark or light rock? No, I can't. That's a shame. But we could make a bunch more bone bolts. I might actually set up a craft order for that. However, I wouldn't mind decorating everything with bone. And also, where are the totems? There we are. Make as many totems as you can. These will be useful to trade to dwarven and human traders, not so much to elves, obviously because they're made of living things and the elves will get horrifically offended if we try. Now, some of the things that I have brought back in from the goblins down in the trench were bows. I'm not really intending to have our dwarves wield bows. They're more crossbow wielders, but I can put those in weapon traps. So I'm going to need a couple more mechanisms, actually. So let's get another 5 mechanisms going. There we are. Oh, what's happened there? Ah, we've got a caravan, a human caravan, no less. Now this is going to be heavily laden with goods. That is going to be fantastic for us. Now, is my kitchen still producing things? No, it's not. That's not really that good. Why is it not? I wonder how long that's been going on. The still should definitely be brewing drinks. Someone also pointed out that I need to make jugs to gather the honey. Now, we do have fire clay. It's not here, but there is some down in the trench that we can get to. There may even be some in here. No, that's silty long clay. But down here, it should be fire clay. So we're going to be collecting some of this specifically for use in our crafts. Because we should be... I believe someone said that when using fire clay... What on earth is that? You don't have to use glaze to make it able to hold liquids. Now then, these should... As soon as they're indoors... see, this is the thing, is I have this habit, or rather, I've noticed that we get attacked around the same sort of time that we get merchants. And I'm not looking forward to that. Oh, we've got an ewe. Or something has grown up to be a ewe. Okay. Ghostly military is risen and is hoarding the fortress. Damn it! General Sama, go back to sleep. Right, we really need to quickly floor off some of this then. Want it to be too wide. Alright, where's the dolomite blocks? If we only have one, then I'll just put one down. No, we've got two. Right, get that down quickly, and hopefully we can get General Sama to sleep again. Is this his body? No, that's PJB. Well, that's not so good. We need a lot of blocks, rock blocks. So let's set that up. It's probably that when I've restricted them to the bunker, it's cancelled all of the automatic orders I had set up. We want 30. So we'll get that set up as soon as is humanly possible. Now, we'll get Aavak over to the trade port. Where is he? He's managing work orders at the moment. Yes, trader requested. In the meantime, let's shift everything over there. So we want finished goods. We've actually got quite a lot of finished goods bins. So this will hopefully mean that we can do some decent trading. We would also like... oh no. Cooked meal or prepared meal. Okay. We'll grab all of these barrels and we'll see what we can trade. Haul it all out quickly. Now, the problem with ghosts, unfortunately, is that it can... oh, where is he? Did he make it into the fort? I can't see him on the screen. But okay, I'm going to have to look at him through the alert window. But as I was saying, the problem with ghosts is that they can hurt your dwarves. They aren't just spirits. They can take terrible revenge against the people who aren't respecting them properly. But he should leg it at this point, I would imagine. I'm not quite sure where he went, but he should be out of there now. Right, everything's been hauled over. Aavak is still managing work orders. The only thing he's working on now is construct rock blocks, which is quite urgently needed, honestly. We need to get those graves built. Okay, that one's built, so let's build a burial receptacle. Hopefully this defaults to General Sama. If not, well, that's unfortunate. But hopefully... where's the coffin going to be coming from? I can see 2, 3. So we're just waiting on someone going and picking one of those up. There we are. Who's doing this work for us? I'll check them out in just a moment. There we are. It is... Kuba Maker. Fair enough. Thank you very much. Haven't done much in the fort yet for me to recognize your name, unfortunately, but this is certainly a vast contribution. If it can put a ghost to rest, then everyone may owe you their lives, or at least certain of their limbs, as it's not uncommon for a ghost to rip them off people. I shall be back once the saving is done. And here we are. Right, the coffin has been built. Let's quickly mark it for burial. And is it General Sama in there? No. Come on. Oh, wrong button. General Sama! Ah, thank goodness. Has he been put to rest yet? No, Aincedo's organised a party. Well done. Let's see if we have been invited. Hopefully we haven't, actually, because I'm kind of needed here. Ah, there we are. I'm already there. Haha. Right then. Let's have a quick look. A bronze hive? No. Copper coal. I mean, we could buy these things to melt them down, but we don't have the coal at the moment. We've got plenty of cheese, but we do not need food. We wouldn't mind some drink, though. Spiked silver ball. That's actually quite nice. Rope breed fighter bag. What's actually in there? Rope breed fiber. Rope breed fiber thread. Okay. Don't really need that. We'll take... No, we won't buy the berries. If they've got drink, we'll buy the drink. But We don't really need the ingredients. We've got that ourselves. Our farms are being quite productive, actually. Is this tripe? Yes, it is. We don't want that. Is there a koala tripe? A koala lung? Koala anything, in fact? No? No. Okay. There's some earrings. We don't want iron. Ooh, iron arrows. That's quite expensive. We may come back to that, though. We've got plenty of textiles, threads. We're not using them at the moment, and that is the problem. What we really need is coal. But there's not very much else here of any worth to us. Which is quite a shame, because usually these caravans bring enormous amounts of things. But we've still got quite a lot of the list to go through, so we might be lucky yet. Oh, still going through the leather and the cloth. My lord. We don't need all of this cloth. Why would you bring so much? Though I suppose they might have been going from settlement to settlement, so they set out with enough. There's a sandbag. I can't imagine that that would actually be useful to us. I mean, we could make some glass, but having to buy in the glass would be very awkward. What's this? Fiber bag? No. Emerald dye? We don't need that. More. Actually, there's a lot of sandbags. You know what? We'll take it simply because we can get the sand out of it at some point if we want, and use that. Like we can get the sand out and use the bag. That is, we'll use the sand in some way later, I'm sure. Now, cow leather bag? No. Lots of chests. I'm almost tempted to buy the chests, honestly. Especially the really cheap ones, because we won't have to use wood, our own wood, to do that. Let's actually have a look back through. It's kind of odd buying this sort of thing. I usually never do, but, well, we are hurting for wood at the moment. Oaken chest, 710. No, thank you very much. Llama wool, no. So we're back. A large bronze something or other. Right gauntlet. Now, human equipment is large by definition, or at least compared to us. So, as dwarves, we don't have any interest in this. The only reason we would buy it is to sell it. To sell it on to someone else or to melt it down. Sometimes, for example, if you know the dwarven trader is coming back later on in the year and has said, I specifically want, say, I don't know, helmets. I'm fairly sure that large helmets will still classify, so you could buy them if they were cheap and sell them for more if you were so inclined. The shields we can use, I believe, so we're going to take the copper ones. We can probably make iron shields. In fact, why don't we just take the iron shields and the copper ones. Now, we don't want the large boots of any sort. Anything else? Bronze pick. We've actually got people who can do mining but haven't got equipment, so we'll pick that up just in case. Yeah, we'll keep that. The copper one is a little bit more expensive. A copper warhammer. I believe that is considered a large weapon, so it's kind of exotic. I'm not absolutely certain on that. We definitely don't want any of the training weapons, though. An iron whip. How exactly does one make a whip out of iron? Perhaps I don't want to know. We'll take the barrels. That was expensive. We'll definitely take the prickleberry wine, the donkey's milk. Ah, here we are. We're not going to buy a stupidly expensive birchen barrel. No. We'll take the beer. Yeah, here's what we want. We're not going to take the... Why would we buy blood barrels? Unless... Is it possible for a vampire to live off blood from a barrel? You know, I'm going to buy some just to test that out. Now, we don't really want a duck, but we might pick up these cages because we are out of cages, and it's actually not that expensive, so we may as well pick it up. Yeah, we'll take you and you. Bull. No, we don't really need that. Another copper cage. We don't need a... Oh, we'll take it. A dog cage. And that's about it for the cages. What else will we see? Again, all of these instruments useful for melting down if you need it, but not so much otherwise. Now, here's some wood that we can buy, and I'm quite happy to take these off their hands. All of them, in fact. Wow, there's loads. I might be here for a while. Just going up through this. I missed one, so we're going to go back down and grab that. If there's too many, I may cut this out. No, it doesn't seem too bad then. We don't need that. I may actually pick up the glass simply so that I can use it for strange moods. The blocks we do not need, unfortunately. You can't smelt blocks. Unfortunately, like if there was a block of coal, I think they can actually make blocks of bituminous coal. It wouldn't be of any use to us. Now, they're currently set to lose 2,993 bucks. We don't want to do that. We want to give them things. So let's have a quick look. Our finished goods bin. We'll trade all of the stuff in there. Every single one of them. Again, I'm not going to trade the bin itself because we're hurting so much for wood. I would rather go to the effort of trading all of these things individually than having to find another tree to make into a bin. We're getting a little bit closer. We can sell off all of the goods that we've brought back off the goblins that don't fit us or for one reason or another. What are these? Bone bracelet. No, we don't need that. Quiver, though, might actually keep. The XX denotes that it's damaged, but even still, a giant cave spider silk shoe, even damaged, is worth something. So we'll let them take that. We'll keep a few of these quivers. The amulets we definitely don't need, or the earrings. Keep that quiver. Get rid of that one. Okay, we've got enough quivers, I think, now, so we'll sell the remainder. Generally speaking, I try to sell anything I didn't make, that I didn't bring with me. Just out of preference, really. I prefer to sell off the stuff that I got from sieges or off enemies, that sort of thing, rather than selling my own things. Now this is worth an awful lot. What is it? It's cave spider silk rope. I would rather sell that for the 990 dwarf bucks than use it. I'm quite happy to get rid of that. Now, as for the prepared food barrels, it seems that the barrels themselves have been brought here, but not their contents. Oh no, there we are. Okay. It seems that I cannot, however, sell the contents inside. That's a shame. I'll sell this one. Will you trade that? You want it all, really? I'll consider the offer for about 2 or 3 seconds. Will you take this? Okay, yeah. He's made an awful lot of profit on that, but I really wanted the things that he had. So we still got a bunch of prepared food, and Aavak can go back to doing things now, and we've got a bunch of crates, so they should be able to get all of the cages. They should be able to get all of the cage traps set up now. And we finally, I think the last thing we're going to do in this episode is dig this channel. The goblins of the complex lie are still being a little bit quiet, and I'm quite happy about that. And thank goodness General Sama has been put to rest. Sleep easily, General Sama. We honor your sacrifice for the fort. Right, let's quickly get that floored over. And then we are good. We've got a lot of logs now, thank goodness. We still don't want to use the dolomite unless or dolomite. I've not actually paid enough attention. I've kind of run with the assumption that it's dolomite. I'll double check that though. I wouldn't want to be mispronouncing it. Dolomite. Okay. I'm assuming that's the correct pronunciation. We'll roll with that from now on. But we have plenty of cages. We've got quite a few things that I'm going to add to this pasture. But I'll do that off camera, I think.
So, with General Sama finally laid to rest and our human allies greedily counting all the dwarf bucks in profit that they just made off my impatience, we're gonna have to wrap it up there. Though we still have a few more coffins to lay, regrettably, and I'll probably go ahead and try to flesh out the tomb, at least insofar as the alcoves I've already dug out, as I strongly suspect we haven't heard the last from the complex lie. But that is it for this episode. I do hope you've enjoyed it, and I hope you'll join me for the next. But until then, do take care.